Hey everybody, I'm here today to talk to you about 5 tips for daily driving. These 5 tips can be used for your daily commute. They will save your car, your sanity, and they will also make the commute very enjoyable. Let's get right to it. Tip number 1, leave early. If you leave right at the last possible moment, you're going to be weaving through traffic and you're going to be very stressed out, and that is basically the formula for an accident, and that's not what you want. So instead of leaving right at the last moment, spare yourself the effort and spare yourself the stress and leave 5 to 10 minutes early. Just get up 5 minutes earlier, okay? Just leave your house 5 minutes earlier. Move a little bit faster. We can all do it, okay? Many people leave at the last possible moment, and you see them on the road weaving through traffic trying to get to work or wherever they're going as soon as possible because they're going to be late if they don't make these crazy maneuvers. Instead of doing that, just leave 5 minutes early. Tip number 2, avoid potholes. This will save your vehicle, okay, and it will save you from having to replace parts due to wear and tear at an earlier date. So vehicles are meant to actually withstand potholes to a limited degree. But I live in Toronto, and you might live in a city where there's a lot of potholes because there's a lot of traffic. So with that being said, vehicles are meant to withstand a limited amount of potholes. And with that being said, you don't want to just be hitting every single pothole in the road, because then you're going to have to replace parts of your suspension in a matter of years, okay? Much earlier than expected. So I'm not saying to avoid every single pothole. Don't weave through the lanes just to avoid a pothole. But if you see a massive pothole, or if you can easily avoid it, then go ahead and avoid it. If you can avoid it easily with just a little touch of the steering wheel, then go for it. And if it's a huge pothole, try to avoid it as long as you can do so safely. Tip number 3, look down the road. Many drivers focus on the car in front of them, and that's great because it allows them to not hit the car in front of them, but driving is about predicting what is going to likely happen. And with that being said, the car in front of you will not tell you what's going to likely happen because it's actually happening when they're putting their brakes on. So you should be looking down the road. The car in front of you will always be in your vision, will always be in your line of sight. So instead, look down the road and you can figure out what's going to happen before it happens, which will definitely allow you to be a much safer driver and allow you to avoid accidents and bad things much better. Tip number 4, change up your route. Many of us take the same route to work, to pick up our kids, to drop off our kids, whatever the case is, every single day. Instead of doing that, change up your route. Figure out a different route that will take you the same amount of time roughly and change it up. Now, I say this because it makes you a better driver. If you take the same route to work every single day, you're going to have a very predictable route, and with that being said, it's going to make you very comfortable. That'll make you a little bit more tired behind the wheel, a little bit more, a little bit more lazy behind the wheel because you know exactly what's going to happen. But if you change up your route, it will keep things unpredictable. It will keep you awake. It will keep you alert. So it makes you a better driver. So change up your route on a weekly basis or a monthly basis. That's tip number 4. Tip number 5, be productive during your commute. Now, if you have a 5-minute commute, maybe you don't want to use this tip, but if you're driving for 45 minutes to an hour every single day, you want to try and be productive. Now, I say this because driving for 45 minutes to an hour can be quite stressful. So if you have a goal in mind, then you can take the stress away from driving, which will definitely make it a more enjoyable experience, and it'll make you a better driver as well. I don't necessarily, part of it is listening to an audiobook, making a phone call that you have to make, thinking about your future plans for tomorrow, for the next week, and so forth, planning out your day. That is definitely being productive. But if you don't want to do that, then being productive can also mean listening to your favorite song to let out some stress. You are essentially working towards a goal of letting out stress if you're doing that. It can be something as simple as rolling down your windows to take in some nature to relieve some stress and to sort of take in some natural sounds that you don't get to take in on a regular basis. What I mean by be productive is do something that allows you to know that you're not wasting your time sitting in traffic. Whatever it is that you want to do that's not wasting your time, that's perfectly fine. And that's basically it. In this video, I have told you about 5 quick tips for daily driving. These tips are meant to make your car last longer, keep your sanity, and just make your overall daily driving a very enjoyable experience. And that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching.